Good evening and welcome to Truth and Transparency. Good evening, good evening. Thank you guys for being here. Mods, members, subscribers, you guys are appreciated and thank you. Part 2 of Brent Kopacka. Here we go. I want you guys to listen in. This will be played and then it will be stopped. So
4682, my info has to identify the people there.
Subject in the bedroom is a Jordan Baker, late 20s, and then a Brent, unknown last, 35-year-old male.
And which one supposedly has a gun?
First of Brent is outside the bedroom, possibly with a gun.
Well, 468, any luck on finding that other person that's got out?
My partner's talking to him now. I'm trying to get exact location. Jordan's in the back parking lot. Dark gray jacket, blue pants, red and black striped shirt. He's the one speaking with my partner. He's the one that got out.
Tonight's Ohio Lottery Mega Millions jackpot is $427 million. That's a lot of moolah. So is the $590 million up for grabs in the Powerball drawing. Together, that's a...
that was nice.
2308.
Oh, that's Ruben. Good. Has he been told he's under arrest? Affirm. He says he does not have phone service. Ruben, Alex, if we could get a phone for delivery, that may be possible. Copy. 07, copy. I don't think we have that kind of cable, though. We're going to have to relocate. Chris, Alex. Good. Can we just donate a cell phone and give this guy? Yeah, that probably works. Chris, Alex. Good. He has a phone, it just doesn't have service. We're going to have him call 911 and dispatch can patch him to you. Copy. My work cell is the one we're using.
Report that there's someone pacing outside the DRP's bedroom with a gun.
Oh, that's Ruben. Good. Has he been told he's under arrest? Affirm. He says he does not have phone service. Ruben, Alex, if we could get a phone for delivery, that may be possible. Copy. 07, copy. I don't think we have that kind of cable, though. We're going to have to relocate. Chris, Alex. Good. Can we just donate a cell phone and give this guy? Yeah, that probably works. Chris, Alex. Good. He has a phone, it just doesn't have service. We're going to have him call 911 and dispatch can patch him to you. Copy. My work cell is the one we're using.
Report that there's someone pacing outside the DRP's bedroom with a gun.
Interrupt.
2039.
Coroner's office has now identified 36-year-old Brent Kopacka as the man who was shot and killed during that SWAT team standoff last week in Pullman.
All right, guys, I'm gonna take us back over here to the beginning here.
4682, there.
The way that these bedrooms are, that was the whole point for you guys to see. It's like a half octagon.
Subject in the bedroom is a Jordan Baker, late 20s.
Subject in the bedroom. Jordan.
And then a Brent, unknown last, 35-year-old male.
Okay. And then a Brent, unknown last, meaning unknown last name. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what would be. Why would his last name be unknown? Okay.
And which one supposedly has the gun?
Which one has the gun?
First up, Brent is outside the bedroom.
Okay, so right here is a good angle. This whole like pacing, in the hallway or anything like that, this is that area. There's 3 bedrooms, so that's the area. And the Brent is outside.
Possibly with the gun.
Possibly with a gun.
4146.
The reason I keep going over where these bedrooms are, okay, is because the front door, in order to leave, okay, if you're in the kitchen area, if you are in the living room area, if you're standing right outside, there is no way to leave without going past Brent, okay?
Any luck on finding that other person that got out?
Any luck I'm finding about the other person that got out?
My partner's talking to him now. I'm trying to get exact location.
My partner's talking to him now. I'm trying to get an exact location of where the person that was able to get out, versus the people. This is a person, okay?
Jordan's in the back parking lot. Dark gray jacket, blue pants.
Okay, so do you see this right here? Living room connects with the kitchen all along.
Red and black striped shirt. He's the one speaking with my partner. He's the one that got out.
That's the window that's going to be next to the door to go out on like the patio little area. That is not a bedroom window there. These are just opposite. So like this is facing not the back patio way or the back parking lot. This is the front, but all it is it's flipped on the other side.
Tonight's
Sorry about that.
Ohio Lottery Mega Millions jackpot is $427 million.
So I wanted you guys to see that. Right there. Okay. This window, though, this window that is right next to the patio, I just did like a 360 with it. All right. That is a bedroom window. Where it would look like, for example, want you guys to see right there. So there you go. Right there. That's a bedroom window.
That there's someone pacing outside the DRP's bedroom with a gun.
Interrupt.
2039.
It's a really good look here. When you come in, you're right here. Actually, back it up just a tad. Listen, they're going to talk about this search warrant that was an emergency search warrant. Right there, you hear the search warrant. I'll play it again.
The search warrant has been 2308.
Alex Rubin. Good. Has he been told he's under arrest?
Has he been told he's under arrest? Now, you could either think that that has to do with Jordan or this other possible other roommate, and that potential name begins with the letter C. We'll hold that back though, okay? But has he been told that he's under arrest?
Affirm.
And I believe he says affirm. Okay, again.
2308.
Alex Rubin. Good. Has he been told he's under arrest? Affirm. He says he does not have phone service.
Okay, what I believe to be about the phone service is that if you're negotiating and hey, can you call us? We want to talk to you. Okay, like you want to talk to like if they're going to be like negotiating with him. Okay, you'd have to have a phone. Okay, and right here, what I believe is happening. Again, I was not there. Is that they're going back and forth and they're saying that he doesn't have a phone. He doesn't have any service. Okay, so think about this. Is it because, I mean, even if you have a phone and you can get on like Wi-Fi or something like that, but he's saying he doesn't have a phone. Can we get him a phone? We need to get a cable. But in order to negotiate with somebody and you want to have like that person be calling like, you know, the main negotiator, you would need a phone to do that. How do you negotiate with somebody without a phone? And if you think they're going to stand outside the door and talk to somebody, I don't think that that's what's happening. But here, so just you guys can hear for yourselves.
Ruben, Alex, if we could get a phone for delivery, that may be possible. Copy. 07, copy. I don't think we have that kind of cable, though. We're going to have to relocate. Chris, Alex. Good. Can we just donate a cell phone and give it to this guy? Yeah, that probably works. Chris, Alex. Good. He has a phone, it just doesn't have service. We're going to have him call.
Okay, so you can actually hear voices in the back, or at least a voice in the back. But someone's like yelling. So, okay, a couple of these red flags that, if you want to like write them down is number one, this Jordan person, all right, in the same breath that she's speaking about who Jordan is, Jordan Baker, first, last name, male, late 20s. Boom, boom, boom. Then there's a Brent, unknown, last name. How is that possible? Why would it also be like that? Is it because if you were to run in his whole name, that it would come up that he was at one point involved and he's a military vet? But how do you, if you're a roommate, not know what your roommate's last name is? Right?
911 and dispatch can patch him to you. Copy. My work cell is the one we're using.
Report that there's someone pacing outside the DRP's bedroom with a gun.
Alex Rubin. Good. Has he been told he's under arrest? Affirm. He says he does not have phone service. Ruben, Alex, if we could get a phone for delivery, that may be possible. Copy. 07, copy. I don't think we have that kind of cable, though. We're going to have to relocate. Chris, Alex. Good. Can we just donate a cell phone and give this guy? Yeah, that probably works.
Okay, right there. Can we just donate a cell phone and give it to this guy? All right, so think about this. Jordan's in there. He's on the phone because he called the police. All right, so he has a working phone. He's in the bedroom, guys. He is in the bedroom. All right. He's in the bedroom. There's an octagon with these 3 bedrooms. In order to leave from either one of any 3 of those bedrooms, you're going to have to go past the guy that's pacing, allegedly, outside, right outside your door, which there's really no room to pace. You're kind of just, if you want to walk down back that way towards the kitchen, living room, sure. Okay, because your kitchen and your living room stretch together. But this is your hallway. That's your hallway. All right. Also, if your door is closed, you have no idea what he's doing. You have no idea that he's pacing. How would you know that? Do these doors have little holes in them? He wouldn't know that he's pacing outside. He could be, he's standing outside his door with what? A gun? If he wanted to kill him, then why didn't he just shoot him? All right, he has to walk past him. There's just no other way around it if you want to leave. There you go. There's your 3 bedrooms. Okay, now, when you go back down this hallway, look right here. Right there. When you look right from here, there's the kitchen. There's the main door to leave. Over here is where the balcony door is going to be. how did this escalate to the point that if the quote unquote hostages have left, okay, right there, that's a bedroom window that's behind that. And then right there, that's another bedroom window. Because it's going to matter when you actually flip it over and look at all the pictures from the opposite side to know what rooms are where. As a special forces SWAT, you would have these blueprints. You would know everything where everything is. Okay, which room's his, things like that is what you're going to ask this Jordan guy. But right there, you could see right in when you open up the door. That's where the hallway would be. So it's really not that big of a place at all. Right there, they obtained a search warrant, okay, during this process. They obtained a search warrant. They talk about, are you telling him that he's under arrest? They say that there's this negotiation that goes on for like 7 hours, right? Well, you can't have a negotiation if you don't have a cell phone. Okay, so how are they communicating with Brent if he doesn't have a cell phone? I wanted you guys to see that picture because it just shows you how you would have your bedroom kind of situated. So to be, this is the bedroom that's actually by the window. You'd have to be on your bed to be in front of that window. I mean, you can move stuff around or whatever, but these rooms are really, really small. And if you're rolling with a bed that's like a queen or a full-size bed, you're either pushing that up against the wall way to the left, or you're doing it right there in the middle. Because the dimensions that's the only way it's possible. Like I said, unless you have a twin.
Good.
And, this is just a sample of how you could possibly set this up as well.
Has he been told he's under arrest? Affirm.
Right there. So when you open up the door, this is what it looks like, right? There's not that much room, and there's your hallway. So it's really important, I think, to kind of see the layout, to understand he's armed forces. If he was going to barricade himself in his apartment, every single bedroom has windows. The only place that you're going to be able to go where there's not going to be bedroom or there's not going to be windows is you're going to your bathroom. Okay, that's your place that you would go if you are an army guy. Okay, and you're truly barricading yourself in a place. You're not going to go to a place that has a bunch of windows. You're going to go where there are no windows, and that's going to be your bathroom. It's as far as this layout in these apartments. But if his roommates are in their bedrooms, in order to leave this apartment, you'd have to go past this man. You'd have to get right past. You'd have to get past him if he's in that hallway. And in my opinion, if you're leaving, it's because he let you leave. Right?
He says he does not have phone service.
Okay. How do they know that he says that he doesn't have phone service? How would you be able to say that? If it's not coming from Brent, that would be coming from someone like Jordan to say, well, he doesn't have a phone in there. He doesn't have phone service. Okay. It's either Brent's telling you that or Jordan's telling you that, right? If it was your apartment, you would know your Wi-Fi password and you'd be on Wi-Fi. But if it's not your apartment, then you wouldn't know the Wi-Fi password to be able to be on the Wi-Fi. Right? And now think about this. Your roommate doesn't know your last name, okay? But yet your roommate knows that that your phone doesn't have service.
Ruben, Alex, if we could get a phone for delivery, that may be possible. Copy. 07, copy. I don't think we have that kind of cable, though. We're going to have to relocate. Chris, Alex. Good. Can we just donate a cell phone and give it to this guy?
Okay, now let me ask you guys something. This is supposed to be, you're supposed to have like your top-notch people, right? Because this is like a hostage situation. Can we just donate a cell phone to him? Wouldn't that come up in like training? So again, can we just like donate a cell phone? Like what? Donate what? Like your cell phone? You want to give him your cell phone to use? This doesn't sound like it is the SWAT team. Does it sound like the SWAT team to you? Okay. Again, one more time. That means give one of the cops. None of this is being handled, in my opinion, by people that would be, this is the SWAT team. Like we're used to how to handle situations like this. This is somebody that doesn't know. Like he's asking, So you're gonna have somebody so close to Brent, possibly speaking with him through the wall or the door, versus having somebody that's trained in the situation. That doesn't make any sense. In fact, you wouldn't do that. The only people that would be in this type of situation would be those that were trained for this type of situation.
Subject in the bedroom is a Jordan Baker, late 20s, and then a Brent, unknown last, 35-year-old male.
And which one supposedly has a gun?
And then which one supposedly has a gun? Okay. Which one supposedly has a gun?
First up, Brent is outside the bedroom, possibly with a gun.
Poland 468, any luck on finding that other person that got out?
Any luck finding the other person that got out? Okay. Any luck on finding the other person that got out? You're telling me that somebody gets out of a situation like that, and when they were to get out, doesn't go run to the cops when they see them? Think about that. Think about that. I mean, there'd be there's people out there that wouldn't do that, but it's because you don't want to talk to the cops. It's because of things that you're involved in. But if somebody was trying to kill you and you were able to escape a hostage situation like that, the cops shouldn't be having to hunt you down to find you. And this place should be crawling with cops. So when you would have escaped and you're there, you would have been able to easily, hey, it's me. I'm so and so. Like, what? Are you able to locate, like, what? It's just wild.
My partner's talking to him now. I'm trying to get exact location. Jordan's in the back parking lot. Dark gray jacket, blue pants, red and black striped shirt. He's the one speaking with my partner. He's the one that got out.
He's the one that got out. Okay. There's no other mention of there being another person anywhere on anything that I've listened to. But so he was able to get out. So then you have, he's out there, he's talking to allegedly this person's partner.
Tonight's Ohio Lottery.
Whoopsies.
So is the
Whoopsies.
up for Powerball.
Whoopsies.
RP's bedroom with a gun.
Interrupt.
2039.
Right there, search warrant. I think I brought this up yesterday, and I said that if you were to go to someone's house and they did not know that you called the police, when you would come to their house and they knock on it and they're like, yeah, police, open up. And you go to open up the door, and they say, well, we're here because of such and such. What are you talking about? Well, somebody called and said that you were, because this was initially a weapons offense. And I think there is something to that. Okay, this was initially a weapons offense that somehow turned this way. But if they don't want to let you in their apartment, they don't have to let you in your apartment. And then that's when you'd have to get like a search warrant. But they seize, or they attempt to get this search warrant at some point. You see how small this place is. Brent's just okay, I'm trying to kill my roommates, but here you go. Go ahead, guys. You guys can just go ahead and leave. And how does something escalate to this point? Because if that's the case and he wanted to kill his roommates, then why didn't he just kill his roommates? Why does he just let them leave? Doesn't make any sense. None.
2308.
Alex Rubin. Good. Has he been told he's under arrest? Affirm.
Has he been told that he's under arrest? So do you think that happens like this? Hey, buddy, you let everybody go. You're under arrest. We need you to come out. You're under arrest. We're here to arrest you. We're here to arrest you. Also, I went ahead and I pulled the in the state of Idaho, all the budgeting, every dollar that's been spent since the 2019 year, all the way into, present day. Hang on one second. I'm going to use something else to show that. But here are your red flags with, I mean, I want anybody that's in law enforcement to listen to this and they can answer the questions, which would be, so you're trying to obtain a search warrant, in the middle of your hostage situation or whatever you want to call this. Why did they need a search warrant? Why was an emergency search warrant, sought after and granted? What was it for? To search, was it for him? Now, was there drone footage going on? Were there any drones being used? What is protocol during a situation like this? Drone footage has been used to, look and be over like woods if there was a missing kid. Since this was on the 3rd floor, did they use a drone to raise up and then be able to look in the windows? And if so, who uses the drone footage or the drone to get the footage? Because according to Moscow Police Department, there's only 3 people that can pilot the drone. There's only 3 people that can pilot the drone. And we hear about, you hear Jordan's name, you hear Brent's, but there's no other mention of this other person in anything. And these are the numbers that the apartment is listed as. So you have on the 1st floor, you have apartment 101 all the way to 112. Then you have on the 2nd floor, you have apartment 201 all the way to 212. And then on the 3rd, the same thing, 301 all the way to 312. Let me take a look at your guys' live comment section. So let's take a look at you hear a couple other names in there. Alex and Chris. You can go take a look and see if you think that those are pertaining to officers or not. And I would include dispatch in that if you're going to look up people. Lana, the apartment you showed, was it the exact apartment that it happened at? That's your 3-bedroom layout. So that's exactly what the 3-bedroom layouts look like. And that's what they had allegedly. So to answer that question. But again, these are all questions that I think somebody in law enforcement, you would ask them, have you ever heard of something like this? And you have, at first you had you had WSU Police Department, and then this switched over, and then the SWAT team, which was made up of different officers. Some still with the WSU Police Department. And then at the end of it all, so they say that the timeline is that this started at 9, 8:37 p.m., that this started at 9, and that it was at 3 o'clock in the morning that they issued a shelter in place, and that Brent was then killed at like 4:23 or something like that. So from 9 to 3, and they did it via Twitter, by the way, at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then it wasn't until afterwards that they did the WSU alerts. It was like at 6 a.m. and like 7:30 or something like that. So I went back and I did listen again. And yes, this girl, I want you guys to hear it straight out of her mouth. This girl was on the 1st floor, and she was literally sleeping, or in her room, however you want to say it, sleeping, or she heard all the guns shots and everything like that. So when they said they evacuated, okay, this building, they did not evacuate this building. They put it out on Twitter at 3 a.m. that something was going on. Like they closed like the downtown area over here. And but they said that things escalated, and because of the safety of other people, that's why they had to take, him out, because he started allegedly like shooting, at people, at the police, whoever. Do you guys understand that not a single person that lived at this apartment complex was able to get out their phone, okay? Or how many 911 calls would go in if you start hearing gunshots in your apartment? When you start calling 911? But nobody thought to like use their phone and start recording things via their phone. Like, what's the first thing that we all do when we see something? You take pictures of it, even when like your kid's doing something funny, you know what I mean? Like, we go and we grab our phones. And you're going to sit here and tell me that nobody grabbed their phones and recorded any of this? Not a single person? Think about it. Think about if you're at your house right now and all of a sudden you hear all these sirens and they come down your road, like they come down your street. And you're like, what the heck? And you hear like, oh my God, you see all these, these cops and the fire department. Okay. And then you see the ambulance. What do? You get out of your house and you're getting out in a window and you're looking out and you're seeing what's going on. Now imagine hearing what you think is fireworks, but then you see like these cops and you're hearing like just a damn shootout. I mean, 20 shots. You see those guns that they had? This isn't like a gun with a silencer. Nobody can hear anything. They're talking about multiple bullets. Like nobody has. Where's the ambulance to take this man out in a, his body, right? Just like everyone's going crazy about the Idaho 4 case. Like, when did they take the bodies out? Well, what about this? When did they take his body out? Nothing is available, guys. Nothing is available. I mean, I tried to message some of these people back in the day to like interview them, talk to them. I just wanted some timestamps. I don't want to know anything other than your story than just like, what time was this at? What time? And the only person that put anything out there publicly was this woman, Susan's son. And it was like that this had started at around like 1 a.m. and that he heard the gunshots, and like it was like he then evacuated at like 2 a.m. And I don't know if it was on like his own. It was very weird interview, but you're telling me all these people that live here and nobody that is in media that's local has taken their happy ass over there to like ask anybody like to get some timestamps? Nobody has any recordings on their phones. Like, what? I mean, for heaven's sakes, we see like celebrities being rolled out. Like when Michael, like think about when these people have OD'd. I don't know. It's just, this is, and this has nothing to do with Brian's, the Idaho. This is just case for case. This is Brent. This is his life taken. And, don't you think if you were that Duncan kid and he's your best friend, you see all this stuff, like, don't you want to know how your best friend, like how this all went down? This isn't about the Idaho 4 case. This isn't about me saying that your buddy Brent had anything to do with that. In fact, that's not even what I'm talking about. This is a completely separate case, but it involves officers that work together. So I don't understand. If Brent was my best friend, I'd have a lot of questions. And I would want those answered, because it has nothing to do with the Idaho 4 case. Keep them separate. But why isn't there anybody doing anything or inquiring or, enough to even just get the, people on camera to say, oh, I wasn't here that day, or whatever the case may be. So that's just something that doesn't make sense to me. And I think people that have been covering the Idaho 4 case have maybe gone about it the wrong way to, this should treat it as its own case like it is, and then pull back layers to see, the why. Don't assume the why. We have no idea, but something was weird. Something happened. To me, this doesn't sound normal. And you would think that people would have some questions, not the opposite way of, saying people on the internet are trying to trash Brent. No, actually, this channel is not doing that at all. I think this is a very sad situation. I think anybody that gave their life up and put anyone that gives up their, freedom and goes and fights for ours, and like, they deserve better. And they at least deserve the truth, and they deserve the answers of that. So I think all of this doesn't make any sense. If I'm trying to kill somebody, when they would have left their room to try to walk past me, I just would have shot them, right? So who was the negotiator that was able to get these people allegedly free, these roommates freed? Who did the negotiating? Shouldn't they be like commended? Like, why aren't we talking about that? Oh my God, these police officers saved these 2 kids' lives. They were being held hostage. Like, why aren't they being praised? Like, give them some medals or something. Who negotiated to be able to get Jordan and the other roommate out of there safely, and that nobody else was harmed? Think about that. You have people in there, in this apartment complex, sleeping, having sex, eating snacks, walking around, coming back from the library. Meanwhile, we're in an active hostage situation beginning at 9. Like, wait, what? Like, I'd be the person that would come out, be interviewed by, the media to say, oh God, yeah, I was over here doing my homework because I had a final, and then I started having sex, And then I was listening to Tupac, and I thought I was listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony, and it was one of those like, rap songs, and there was like guns in it. But really, it was like, oh my God, we're in an active shooting. We're getting shot out over here. Like, what? Then I just thought somebody was blowing off fireworks. Look out my window. I don't see anything. I don't see a bunch of police. So I'm like, oh man, it must have been my, Tupac. To Live and Die in LA. You get what I'm saying? Like you would be like, how is nobody, what kind of questions were people being asked if they were interviewed? But I just think that who got those two civilians out of there? All the people that live there, like nothing happens to anybody. And there's just oh yeah, and they put up these people that lived in the apartment complex. They put them up in a hotel for like a day or two while it was being, while it was a crime scene. I mean, that's just wild to me. Lisa says, my husband is retired. SWAT and calls BS. Well, I mean, I would just love to talk to somebody like, hey, maybe Coffin Daffer can fill us in if she thinks this is a, with her FBI expertise over there. So Cleveland is the city where we come from, so run. Seeing in chat, both BKs drove an Elantra Truth. I know that his family had a silver one. BK's family had a silver one. Something in the milk ain't clean. It's musty and dirty AF. Okay, so let's check this out. Here's the nerd in me. Let's see, what should we show you guys first? Let's look at the let's take a look at the information services budget worksheet expenses. Let's take a look. We'll use Hector here for a second. I want you guys to see something. Boom. Okay, good. All right, check this out. All right, let's see here. All right, this is the years that we're looking at. 2019, 2020, 2021, and then 2022. Okay. the night of the everybody was talking about the night of the Idaho 4 murders, that there was issues with maintenance. Okay, so what I have here is this is everything to do with the information services. This is the budget. Okay, now let's take a look at something. Gonna zoom in for you guys. Do you guys see this contract agreements here? Back in 2019, your budget and then actual, okay? Look at it here. Budget $250,000 as far as contracts and agreements go in the Information Services Department of all of Idaho, okay? Now, I wanted to know what that meant, as well as the training and education. All right, so they budgeted for 12,000, spent that. 13 spent that, 13. Then only spent 2,700. Okay. And so I wanted to know what all of this meant and what they were for. So you get to information services and your training and education. This is for computer classes, professional development, conference fees, travel expenses, yada, yada, yada. With attending training for IT's employees. Now, contracts and agreements. $377,000 is what they are asking for the 2000. Well, it's what they're asking for next year as well, or this past year, 2022. But I was like, well, what is this? What are they contracting out? CAI renewal, $119,000. They have UAD system support renewals, Microsoft licensing renewals, their website, all support agreement renewals for network, software, and hardware, and outsourced programming help for web design, etc. Etc. Just etc. And I said, oh my God, they're outsourcing all of their IT shit? Okay, they're outsourcing all of this? Because I went to repairs and maintenance. Now, your copier and where you're spending your money is $35,000, and that's for like county printing, copying supplies, and contracts, toner, drum, blah, blah, blah. Repairs, maintenance, equipment. Now, this is Latol right here, baby. $4,000. This is a repair of network, printer, camera equipment, and phone equipment. Again, this is your information systems expense and budget. Okay. Now, why is this important? Because I wanted to know the IT with everything for the university, right? Well, let's take a look. They spent only $709.55 on maintenance and repair. Look at that. They budgeted. That's all they spent. Internet connections. Budget $19,000. Actual budget, actual, budget, actual. Full-time salary. Contracts and agreements. They go from $195,000 in 2019 to now $377,000. What are you guys contracting out with your IT? What's going on? What? Okay. So then I was like, all right, let's take a look at this training. So, internet, county internet services to all buildings. Just so you guys know, that's what it's for. But holy hell, we're just contracting everything out now. That's what we're contracting this stuff to. Now, emergency, 911. Let's take a look at 911 services, training and education. Okay. This is 2021, 22. I'm all about this training and education. All right. And what it's for, $15,000. Training and education is post-academy for dispatchers. Emergency medical dispatch, your certification, tactical dispatch. There's a conference. This pays for conference fees, lodging, per diem, and travel costs. All right. So wait for it. There we go. Contracts and agreements. $80,000. Annual maintenance agreements. And it goes right here to active 911. Oh, wait, what's Spillman? Oh, remember how Ann Taylor? She said she wanted the Spillman reports. And they're like, we weren't running Spillman. Yeah, you were. And not only are your, your dispatch, your 911, these people are trained with it as well. So that was interesting to me. Now let's take a look at Miss Mabbitt, the coroner. Latah County. Latah County, here we go. I wanted to know all about the coroner. This elected lovely lady. Okay. Training and education. Budget $500. 2019 spent $1,431. In 2020, budget was $500. Didn't spend any money in training. Oh, budgeted $500 for training. Oh, only spent $100. There's a lot of training going on there. Travel and meetings. No, we haven't done any of that in a couple years. Supplies, office. Nah, we don't really do anything. Departments. No, 900. No, we haven't done anything. Professional services. Dues and memberships. Autopsies. Okay. Then, here we go. She's a part-time. So $31,896. Oh, department supplies, body bags, digital camera, body thermometer. Professional services, $15,000 for X-ray and lab testing. Training and education. Idaho Association of County Coroners Conference. And then autopsy, forensic pathologist, retired, so using different ones. Higher bids, transport. Interesting. All right, now let's go to, this is just a fun one. Let's take a look at the snowmobile budget here. We have a snowmobile budget. There we go. Operating expenses, $35,000. We budgeted for it. We only spent $13,000 here. We budgeted for $45,000 during COVID. We only spent $8,200, and we budgeted for $51,000 in 2021. We only spent $9,100. But we're gonna go ahead and ask for another $51,000. Meanwhile, we haven't come close to any of that. Budgeting for a snowmobile. Let's see. Next up, here we go. Who's this? Oh, there we go. Let's do the sheriff's department. Latah County Sheriff's Department. Okay. You have your elected official salaries, and you have your deputy salaries. So it breaks it down all like that. Overtime, travel and meetings, supply office, department supplies, telephone, fuel, vehicles, and then we get to repairs and maintenance, school resource officer, program expense for the canine. Okay, you guys haven't, is it something new this year? Okay. Firearms program. Investigation, $6,500, only spent $2,300. $6,500, 56, 7,000, 49. Uniforms and duty gear. 35, 17. Training and education. 40, we budgeted for $40,850, 49,000. Budget for 50,000, spent 36, and budgeted for 50,000 and spent 40. And that's with the cost of inflation. Now let's read about this. Oh, here you guys go. Just so you know that the supplies office, that does include the general office supplies, also water, coffee, candy, car soap. I just wanted to say candy. Department supplies, fingerprint supplies. Cellular phone accounts and supplies. Stipend, $30 a month for 48 sworn members. Remember we were talking about cell phones? This is the sheriff's expense. And then let's get to, I'm curious. Here we go. Training and education. Let's take a look. Training for 31 staff, including non-sworn personnel. Search and seizure, domestic violence, sexual assault, child abuse, use of force, public records, management, crime scene forensics, sexual harassment, field training officer, methamphetamine, first line supervision, several basic academies, instructor development and leadership training, and crisis intervention training, CIT. ISA, Conference for Sheriff and Sheriff Deputy. The Idaho Police Officer Standards and Training Council requires 40 hours. This is going to be very, very important, guys, with the training records. Training records requires 40 hours of training biannual for each state certified officer. Okay. Contract agreements, 50,000. Minor equipment. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, search and rescue. Search and rescue. Take a look. Budgeting $4,500, $1,247. Budgeting $7,000. 28. 7,000. Well, we're gonna budget for another 7,000, even though you just 18% of it. Again, this is for the search and rescue training. And then what is search and rescue? Where is that? Nah, who knows? Who gives a shit? Oh, I'm kidding. I don't know. All I know is that this is just some crazy budgeting here. I still want to go back to this. What are they? Well, I just want to know. Scott, Coomer, Green. What are you guys doing with that university over there? Just lay top, period. But contracts and agreements, $195,000 was the budget in 2019. Now their budget is $377,000. Like, that is the most insane jump, in my opinion. Why do you guys think that that's like that? Outsource programming help for web design. Leanna, thank you for bringing this to light. You're welcome. I just try to bring the facts here because Anne's about to wax this ass. Um, and what I say by that is that she wants these training records, okay? Because people aren't getting trained, and I think there's ways to prove that as well. But what are they doing? Information services. Well, I don't know why you have anybody working in the IT department with a salary full time for 300. What is that? 300,000. So CAI renewal 119,000. UAD system support renewals, Microsoft licensing renewals, like 100,000. What does everybody has like Microsoft, like Word? Fair website, all support agreement renewals for network software. See, like when you see such a jump like that, like, okay, if this is a renewal, those two are renewals. So $219,000 is in the renewal, but the budget for what the hell is that? Fiscal year. So what did you budget for that? So your budget was 257. 200. Look, that means in 2020, those two combined is more than your budget, just alone, with those renewals. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know who the hell is doing anything around here, but Jesus Lord. But I don't know how this is just on astronomical. Look at that. An extra $120,000 for what? Maybe the renewal only happens every couple of years you have to do a renewal. I don't know. But their contracting and agreements have grown. There's nothing on here, nothing in any of the paperwork that's grown like this. And maybe it's because I get it's I'm in IT world, you know what I mean? But anyways. Yeah, they're definitely not using that, right? Anyways. Where is there a consulting one? Let me take a look at this other one really quick. Oh, yeah. You guys want to know about the drugs? I got the drugs, too. You guys want to see something about the drugs? Let me 2022. So this is between January 1st to December 31st. Cocaine, all forms except crack. 21.5 grams. Crack cocaine, 1 gram in 2021. No. Heroin, 1.3 grams. 34.5 grams. LSD, none. Marijuana. Morphine, other depressants, other drugs, hallucinogens, narcotics, other substances. So what do you guys think? What do you think about this? Stop it, 1 gram. Yeah, I'm printing it. I'll make it up. Take a look at that. It's right there. Beginning date 1/1/2022. Ending date 12/31/2022. Drugs seized in Idaho. There you go. What do you guys think? You think I'm making this up? This doesn't seem like that much, right? Doesn't seem like a lot to me, right? I don't know dick about drugs though. So where's all the drugs at? Those are absolutely wrong. Well, you might want to take them up at the late time. I'm just saying, like, is it just me or is this wild? So I don't know. A gram is like a whip. You guys, where are all the drugs? I'm being serious. I don't think this is a lot. And I know that cocaine and like heroin, I guess, like if one's popping, the other one's not. Like that's just how the drug world works, I guess. Let's see. It's DUI now. It's a Dobson unit right there, in case you guys are wondering. Dobson unit is a unit of measurement of the amount of trace gas in a vertical column through the Earth's atmosphere. Yeah, their job is hard. They need to relax. I'm sorry, Chief Wright isn't available. Can I take a message? 5,000. What? So you guys are with me. This is really, really low, right? Or no? Is this really, really low? The numbers can't be right. Hell no, sister, right? Sister Christian. What are other depressants? Yeah, let's see. Well, I don't know. Maybe like Lexapro. Wait, this is for the whole county? Yeah, this is for Latah County. No, I'm sorry. This is, drug seized in Idaho County, Latah County. Latah County, yes. For the whole year, yes. So I said I would take a little bit of time. I'm just curious to hit up some of these, what do you call them? These news articles that have anything to do with cocaine busts. But I mean, this is the entire county for Latah. Yes, that's correct. A county with a college in it. Yes, that's correct. I will send Hannah a link to that case. It's very interesting. Dirty. Oh, God, no cases that are dirty. I'm just curious. So everybody here is in agreement. Is anybody out there thinking that, no, this seems like it's right? This seems like it's on. Other stimulants like Red Bull. Way too low for college town. Interesting. This is laughable. Wow, okay. So you guys are all basically, I don't see anybody that's writing, no, I mean, come on now. Maybe it's not drugs. Maybe it's human trafficking. What? Maybe I should ask them, how many humans have you recovered this year? Can we get a human count? And can you break it down based on, a guy, a girl, age this, age that, blue eyes. That's a weekend season, my city. Okay, so here we go. Man, they are stopping kids walking home at night. They are super busy. No time to fight the war on drugs. Leave it up to this first lady. So we got that, right? Between the transparency, maybe all the drugs are in those Moscow tunnels. Well, anyways, yeah. Inventory needs to be taken. Yeah, so I thought I would just look at some of the articles over the past year. I'm just curious. But I thought it was interesting that in 2021, they didn't seize any cocaine. There was no cocaine. All forms except crack, but no cocaine, Crack cocaine, 1 gram. You understand that? I mean, so basically in 2021, between crack and cocaine, basically no, there was none. Lana, gold mine you found. My daughter will never go to college. Whoever typed this up was on crack. Oh, that's funny. How much did Xana's mom get? I don't know. But think about, this is what stuck out to me, is that no, we didn't take in any cocaine this year. Like none, Heroin was 34.5 grams. Marijuana, only 1 pound of marijuana. 1 pound. 1 pound of marijuana. Like in 2021, 1 pound of marijuana. No cocaine, 1 pound of marijuana. We did get our hands on some heroin. Not that much. Nothing about this is funny. I don't know who's laughing here. I'm just simply showing you guys the numbers. I'm a numbers person. So, what are these people overdosing on? Yeah, exactly. How many? Molly and Percocet, fentanyl. Well, that's not even on the list. It's all. Anyways. I mean, yeah. I mean, woo. I don't know what to say about it. But yeah, this 0, basically 0, basically 0. Other narcotics. Like, I mean, what is this? This is like a really weird way to categorize stuff. They need to get somebody involved with sports to do their categories. All right, guys. Well, let's see here. So we went from basically having like no marijuana. Curious what that is. Look at this. 24, 344. I'm telling you, 2021, someone's getting paid. They're hiding fentanyl under the other. Which one do you think? Under what other one? Other drugs? Until next time, guys. Truth and transparency. Appreciate you guys. We're just trucking along for the truth. Make sure you guys do me a favor, and either you stuck around because you liked it or you didn't. Either way, make yourself known. Go and hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Special shout out to all the mods. I know they have to deal with a lot, so love them. And members, subscribers, we're going to see you on the flip side. Go enjoy the rest of your early morning hours, late evening, next day. But until next time, see you soon. And thank you for the kind comments.